What's up, everybody? It's Ty with Montana Outlaw BBQ. Thank you for tuning in, fans. Always a pleasure to have you guys back with us today. One of my favorite things to do when I go to a big city on the East Coast or anywhere where I can find it is to get a really good lobster roll. Unfortunately, in Montana, we got very few choices on where to go get a lobster roll. I know there's some food trucks out there that do it, but having a lobster roll at home, to me, finding that good recipe is something that I've always strived for, something that I always want to be able to recreate anytime I'm at the big city. So today, we're going to talk to you about how I do my lobster rolls here at home. So what we have is 4 lobster tails. These are smaller lobster tails. I picked them up at Costco. We're going to break them down for you. We're going to season them. We're going to butter them. We're going to grill them. And then we'll all put it all together and we'll make one really good little lobster roll out of it. So stay tuned, come back, let's break these tails down and let's get them to the grill. So we were just talking here in between sets real quick. There's a lot of pressure on me cooking this because nobody in our film crew has really had lobster a lot. So hopefully I don't screw it up and ruin lobster for them. But at any rate, what we're gonna do is we're gonna, instead of taking out the hard shell back and laying it open like you would see some presentation on lobster tails, we're gonna go ahead and cut these in half so I can set them down and try and get some good grill marks on there. I wanna get some good smokiness. Just add to that flavor of a lobster roll how I would do it. A lobster roll, definitely not the traditional way to do it. So for that, we're gonna flip it open, flip it over, and we're just gonna go right up in between there and just push our knife down through. Sometimes easier said than done. Just like that. Break that open. You're gonna want a good sturdy knife when you do this, for sure, because those shells are hard. So we're just gonna break every one of them open, just like that. So square it up. They don't like to stay put very well, like that. And you do that, and you're gonna miss and take off a finger. This is why I'm from Montana, not from Maine or something like that, because apparently I can't cut it under pressure. That's why I also don't own a lobster restaurant, because I'd spend all day trying to get the meat out. So you'll see there's some veins in there. I always try and get as much of that out as possible. So down in the comments as you watch this, because clearly I'm amateur at best at doing this lobster, if you have any tips or tricks, leave those comments for us if you wouldn't mind. That would be awesome. I don't cook these a lot, so you'll have to excuse my poor knife skills probably on this. But when you live as far away from the ocean as we do, you gotta enjoy it when we can get good seafood, because we don't always have it accessible to us. So now that I've got my lobster open though, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit it with a little bit of butter. And in my butter, I've gone ahead and I add a half a stick of salted butter. Then I do the zest from 1 lemon. And I do about a tablespoon of parsley in there. And I just wanna take the exposed meat and I just wanna rub some butter on it, just like that. We'll do that on all of them, just like that. We're gonna get a little bit of good flavor. And we're gonna reserve this butter. And when we're grilling it, when we get it flipped over and we turn it back over, we'll go ahead and hit it again with another shot of this butter. And then once it's all cooked, we'll get it out of the shell, we'll chop it up, we'll put it in our mixture for our lobster roll. And then you're gonna have to hang out to the end of the video, because when I do it, I like to top it with something special, something a little different that you're not gonna find on a lot of lobster rolls. So you'll have to stay tuned to the end of the video to figure out what that is. I'm not gonna tell you because I don't want you to be able to skip ahead or not watch all the way to the end. All right, so now that we've got that done, what I wanna do, I wanna take and hit it with just a touch of our chicken rub. It's nice, it's sweet, it's savory, but it goes really well not only on chicken, but it goes really well on seafood too. So we'll go ahead and hit that there. All right, so now that we got that done, all that's left to do is throw it on a hot grill. So we're gonna put this on a hot grill, probably 350, 400 degrees. The cook time on this is not gonna be long. We're not slow smoking them, we are grilling these. So you cook it until it, probably 10, 15 minutes at most. The shell will change colors, the skin will be, or the meat will become firm. And it's just the tender texture that we're looking for in that. So it's a really quick cook on this. We're gonna let it cool down for just a little bit before we add it into our mixture. And then we'll come back and we'll put it all together. We'll chop it up, put it in our mixture, make ourselves a nice little lobster roll out of it. If you have any questions or comments at this point, please leave them down below. If not, I'm gonna get these on the grill and we'll see you back in just a few minutes. Oh, hey, welcome back. Thanks for joining us here today as we do our smoked Montana Outlaw lobster roll. Like I said before, we don't get those here, but I did promise you that we were gonna put something extra special on. I've got it going right back here. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start, we'll get the rolls out of the way. We'll get to those here in just a second. We've got our lobster grilled up. It's done, it's cooled. You can see it looks absolutely amazing. And over here, promised you something special. We're gonna put something on top of our lobster roll that you're not gonna find many places. It's just not gonna be something that's very common. We take a smoked pork belly that you can find the recipe for in this link that we'll provide up above here, right up there, check that out. And then we take and we fry it up like bacon after it's been smoked. It's just a nice little crispy, adds a really super savory note to our lobster roll that I really like. So, before we can put it all in a bun, we need to go ahead and assemble our lobster. So the first thing we gotta do is we need to get the lobster and you just take it, peel it right out of the shell. If it's cooked properly, it'll come out just like that. You're not gonna use the shells for anything, so you can go ahead and get rid of them. As through the cooking process, you saw we put butter on it before we took it out. We cooked these lobster rolls for these lobster tails for about 15 minutes. Maybe not even that long, 10 minutes at 400 degrees. And when they got to the end, I flipped them over, hit them one last time with that butter again, and let them finish for about 2 or 3 minutes. It just adds a super nice, super really rich flavor to it. With that lemon and those herbs inside of there and that butter. So we'll peel those out, and then we're gonna chop it up. You don't wanna go too fine a chop on it, but we're gonna chop it up a little bit. And there we go. I'm gonna get yelled at because I got stuff flying everywhere. And we're just gonna take and chop that up. We better try a piece just for good. Oh yeah. You could stop at this point and eat this just by itself, and it is gonna be so delicious. But we went ahead and let this cool off because we don't wanna add the hot lobster to what we're gonna mix up. All right, so now when we get this done, we're gonna go ahead and assemble this into a bowl. Inside our dish today, we're gonna have the lobster. We're gonna have juice from 3-4 half lemons. We've got celery, mayonnaise, and our crisp bacon. We're going to add in first our lobster, add in our celery, around a half a cup or so. We're gonna add in our mayonnaise, again, right around a half a cup or so. We're gonna add in our smoked pork belly. We're gonna add in just 1 lemon today, about 2 tablespoons. We're gonna mix all that up. Okay, and so now that we got that mixed up, we got our blacktop griddle going back here. A little bit of butter. We're gonna go ahead and toast our buns. Now we just take, and let's load it up. And that, the Montana Outlaw lobster roll. All right, so we finished up. Rick's gonna come in.
Yeah.
We're gonna top one of them off. There's a little sprinkle of salt. A little sprinkle of pepper.
Okay. My goodness.
Really? That's all you got to say, huh?
I'm waiting to taste it. I'm not gonna pass judgment until I taste.
A little spritz of lemon on there. Here, let's do this. I'm gonna cut this thing in half because it's gonna be a mess in no matter what we do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Cheers.
Cheers. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stuff going on in my mouth right now. You're getting sour from the lemon. Really? I mean, that's crazy. It's just a lot of different flavors, a lot of different. All of them are intense. The pork belly.
It does. I mean, the pork belly, the savory notes you get there, the lemon, the butter off the lobster, the crispness of that celery. I mean, the buns that you use, everything, which has to be spot on. But in my opinion, if you want to elevate a lobster roll, get yourself some lobster, throw it over charcoal, grill it up quick, little butter on it, but add a pork belly, add a fatty component to it, something like that. I just really enjoy those flavors. I think they play really well together.
Don't
on
forget
a Montana
napkin.
Outlaw surf and turf lobster roll.
All right, great, awesome. Yeah, don't forget the napkins.
Make sure you check out all our socials. We got Facebook, we got Instagram, we got TikTok coming your way pretty soon, so don't expect me dancing, but by God, we'll throw some recipes out there. Pinterest, get over there, follow our blog on our website. Check it all out. Tell us what you want us to cook. We enjoy thinking outside of the box, cooking things that you would never think to cook, things that aren't normally found in Montana, so throw it our way. We want to hear about you, and if you have any critiques on this one, don't be too harsh on us. We are from Montana. We don't have lobster here. So don't be too critical, but enjoy this recipe because this recipe is really, really good, really, really enjoyable, and really easy. So thanks once again for joining us. Really thank all our fans out there. Really enjoy you guys. Make sure you tell all your friends and family to hit the subscribe button because we are giving away a pellet grill at 1,000, and I want to give that thing away sooner than later. So let's get to 1,000 subscribers, and we need your help to help us do that. So thanks again. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.